Hi, on paper, SaaS supposed to be the safest thing in tech. Predictable subscription, sticky customer, 20 times EBITDA exit, and then AI show up. Salesforce fell by more than a third from its peak. ServiceNow lost over 40% at one point. Snowflake dropped around 60% of its value. Zoom, DocuSign, Duolingo, many of them are still down 50 to 80% from their high. Investors suddenly ask a very brutal question. Why am I paying such a premium multiple for SaaS too if one AI agent and server prompt can replicate the features? So SaaS looked like it was being killed by AI, but is it really? Stay to the end because I will show you how two giants, ServiceNow and Salesforce, will build their growth story against this fundamental shift. What does it mean for smaller business like yours that could be replaced by AI? You may have wondered what got hit first. It's actually the private equity and the private credit. You may ask, why PE? Why do PE love SaaS so much? And why are the portfolios so concentrated in software? So during the zero rates years, private equity hoofed up SaaS companies left and right, especially during the 2020 to 2022 period, paying very high prices. Those deals were underwritten on three assumptions. First, growth, mid-teens to 20% annual AR growth. Second, stickiness, sticky per seat pricing. You grow by selling more seats or more license every year. Price barely move. Churn rate stayed very low. Exit multiple. In 5 to 7 years, someone paid you 20 times EV over EBITDA multiples for this beautiful, predictable SaaS machine. AI hit all of these three assumptions. First, growth slow because one AI agent can replace multiple human users, so customers need fewer seats, fewer licenses. Stickiness also erode because AI makes it easier just to build a workflow yourself. Per seat pricing start to look misaligned with the value, so buyer push for usage or outcome-based pricing. Exit multiple therefore compressed because nobody believed the old just extrapolate this curve for 10 more years story anymore. All of a sudden, the terminal value is not standing. That's why you saw headlines like Blue Owls has huge exposure to software borrowers, redemption requests spike, they sold over $1 billion worth of software loans to raise liquidity, and some funds has to gate withdrawal. So, with the fear in the system, the narrative in the market becomes AI is killing SaaS. But here is the plot twist. Just when people started thinking software is over, the best incumbents pivot and very fast. Even NVIDIA Jensen Huang presented a contrary view. AI is a new industrial revolution, but tools don't replace human, they empower them. His metaphor, a screw doesn't replace a human. AI agents are component, insanely powerful ones, but you still need system that to orchestrate the work, to hold your critical data and process together. So over the last 18 to 24 months, companies have pivoted by aggressively repositioning themselves as AI platform. Salesforce, AI become the very tool they trap enterprise customer in that system and monetize it. But how exactly do they do it? Their goal is simple. Keep all the valuable AI work that touches customer data trapped inside Salesforce. So it becomes a closed system that they can keep monetizing. The AI platform is called Einstein, now woven into almost every cloud. Predictive AI, lead scoring, opportunity scoring, generative AI, drafting sales email, case reply, marketing copy, call summary. They're moving into agents that can take action directly, strategically, deep integration with the data model. Einstein sit on top of the Salesforce CRM and data cloud, the single source of truth for customer data in many enterprises. AI is useless with the good data, and Salesforce own the data. Long-term high-margin monetization. Einstein and Data Cloud are being carved out as the now fast-growing segment. Once the platform is built, each new AI use case, be it a sales agent, a service bot, has very high incremental margin. Over the years, they can keep building AI features and usage onto the same customer data and keep monetization. Again, going back to our three factors. First, growth. AI gives Salesforce new SKU and upsell path, even if traditional seats grow slow. Stickiness. Once your key workflow rely on Einstein, ripping out Salesforce means you have to rebuild your AI-driven GTM motions from scratch. Exit multiples. Market can re-rate Salesforce as an AI native customer platform, not just a legacy CRM purely holding the data. Salesforce isn't just slapping an AI badge onto their features. They are actually turning its data and platform into a tool booth where more and more AI driven revenue is going to pass through. So, in just few months, we have watched ServiceNow lost roughly half its value and claw back to about a third of that, while Salesforce fell 55% from high and now is only 20% from its peak. Meanwhile, SaaS names like DocuSign and Zoom are still sitting 50 to 80% below their highs. So, in front of the same big AI threat, the difference between all the SaaS players is jarring. If you're running a smaller SaaS or even a service company that might be replaced by AI, what can you do? Be honest and very honest about your features versus platform. If an AI agent can replicate 80% of what you do with prompts and API, you can outfeature the models. Move closer to your real moat. That could be your proprietary data, your deep vertical workflow, compliance, or distribution. Integrate AI where it moves economies. Don't just add an AI button. Second, use AI to optimize cost. Third, unlock new pricing model. Usage or outcome based align with the value. Fourth, make your product become the platform where other tools and agents plug in so you can piggybacking other people's growth. ServiceNow and Salesforce prove you don't have to be replaced by AI. You can choose to become the environment where the AI works instead of becoming just another features that AI replace. The question for you is, how do you do that? Comment AI below if you want to know how to pivot your business and grow with AI.